I'm ready.
Okay. So the one about seeing your grandfather.
My grandfather, okay.
You can go on.
Okay?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. We lived in Indianapolis, Indiana. And my mother's family lived in New York City, and when my sister was about 3 and I was about 5, we took the train and we came to New York to visit my grandparents. They lived in an apartment building on Madison Avenue and 116th Street, which is a few blocks from Central Park North. My grandfather was a tall, kind, wonderful man. In order to entertain me, would put me on his shoulders and carried me down 5 flights of stairs, and we would spend the day in Central Park, which was wonderful. There are a lot of rocks around, people, and a merry-go-round, and we had a wonderful time. My grandfather would tell me little stories. The time that we spent there, it never varied. Every day, we'd get up, we would have some breakfast, and he'd take me down to the park. And we developed a very close relationship. He liked me very much, and I loved him. And subsequently, our visit to New York was at an end, and we came back to Indianapolis. And several months later, oh, by the way, we lived in a very small cottage with a tiny porch in the front, and the side of the house had sort of an alleyway where you could either go into the backyard or to our back door. And one day, it was a nice sunny morning when I was playing. I looked out the window and I saw my grandfather walking down the path toward the door in the back. And I yelled, "Mama, Mama, Grandpa's here, Grandpa's here, Mama, Mama." And she thought I always used to make jokes and frighten her. And she said, "Oh, please don't bother me." And she was sweeping the floor. She had a broom in her hand. And she said, "Tell me later about all your jokes." I said, "No, no, no, Grandpa's here, Grandpa's here. I see him. He's walking down." Apparently he was walking much more slowly because all this took time to tell her. And finally I convinced her that my grandfather was there, and she went to the back door, opened it, there's no one there. So she took the broom and she sort of tapped me across the backside as a reprimand. And just then, the mailman knocked on the door, and that was his habit. He would knock on the door to deliver mail. So that saved me from another so-called licking. And my mother went to the door and found a letter from her mother saying that our grandfather had died approximately a week before. And the reason that they didn't tell us and write us sooner is that they didn't want my mother to sit shiver. So, apparently, as far as I'm concerned, and I've remembered this all these many, many years, is that I saw a vision of my grandfather. He was trying to tell me something which I've never yet found out, and hopefully we may meet one day. And I'll get the rest of the story. You got it.
All right. Now, is there another story that you want to tell? Had you
I
thought
can
of?
tell you a lot of them, but that's silly.
You could tell me a lot of them, but is there something else that comes to mind that you